welcome to the Geek Coast channel. I'm your host, the Wizarding Demigod David. I hope you're all doing fantastic wherever you are in this universe. No, it's been a hot minute, guys. I've been busy with work, family, and of course, the holidays and stuff like that. So my day-to-day life has been pretty busy, and I'm truly apologize that it's been a while since I've done episodes. I'm gonna work some way somehow to either do like just pick a particular day and do these episodes and stuff like that, but just bear with me for a while. I have not abandoned you. I will not abandon you, at least not yet, if I can't help it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to continue to do this little venture we're doing, this little hobby I like to do, and I hope you all are still willing to join this adventure. So before we start anything, make sure, if you have not done any of these things, make sure you leave a like, a share, and also subscribe. It helps the channel out a bit, it helps me out, and also, if you share my videos and stuff like that to many more people, maybe I'll get a few more people that would like to, listen to me ramble on about TV shows, movies, and everything else geeky. So yeah, guys, if you can do all that cool things, yeah. Anyways, so before we start these reviews, which yes, this is going to be a multiple review episode, so I will try my best to not keep it that long. Usually I do my best to keep it within under 30 minutes at most, so again, I'll do my best. And also, I just got off work not that long ago, so my brain is just kind of tired and things. But yeah, let's move this gravy train right on. So yeah, like I said, guys, this will be a oh my god, it's a 3 review episode, which if there is a spoiler warning, so if you have not seen any of these, even though these have been out for quite a good while, that's on you and stuff like that. So just make sure that you've seen these episodes and movies, and yeah. But like I said, some of them have been out longer, if not a week-ish most. So let's get this show started. So the first one I'm going to do is one that's been out for quite a while and is actually based on one of my favorite video game franchise. This new Dragon Age anime that Netflix did, which at the moment my brain's way too tired, so I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but I will, of course, show a picture of what the anime I'm talking about, and I loved it. I liked it. I thought it was well written, good. It was amazing. It was funny. Some of all the characters that are in that anime was actually great. Even like the ones that do appear to be the evil guy, like they too had a story like that. So, anyways, this anime is based after Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the third game of the series by the game developers studio BioWare. In which, if you guys haven't played anything Dragon Age, it's a fantasy-based game. It's one of those type of games where whatever choices you make will affect the next game, so on and so forth. You can be a good guy, you can be a bad guy, or someone who doesn't care, or any of these different choices and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But like I said, this is based after the events of Inquisition, so I probably will not try to say anything about Inquisition. Let's just say that in the game, there's a big giant hole in the sky, and every evil creature's had to go and kill people. And yeah, a quote-unquote Inquisition was created in which you as the main character has to close this hole so the rest of humans, dwarves, elf kind can all live in some kind of peace and tranquility. Anyways, yeah, so, but this anime is based after all these events. It's basically a heist type of show, so it's kind of cool to see, see a heist in a fantasy realm-ish genre. So it was really cool. Like I said, the anime was swift. It was good. I don't know which studio did this one. I may have to look it up, and I may put up this picture, or at least say who the studio did it. But still, it was really good. I loved it. The character's great. The Kunari, I think they are called, or the Kun. It's been a really long time since I played any Dragon Age video games, which I may get back into Inquisition since there is a fourth game, which semi-excited for it. Hopefully a better story. will be great, but we will see. But yeah, I think it's like the Kunari or the Kyun uh, mage chick. She was hilarious. She was great. She was funny. Also, seeing different the elf main character, she was a really cool character and stuff like that. So I liked her a lot. And her story with another, I can't remember if it's an elf or a human mage, probably a human mage, and they have this like relationship that they love each other and stuff. But in the end, everyone has their own means of something. So it's kind of interesting. Makes me kind of believe that at the end of this anime, it does lead into whatever the next big story Dragon Age will come into, which I'm pretty sure I'm excited to see something about the Dreadwolf, which, if you haven't played any of the games or don't know the lore, the Dreadwolf is a pretty big deity ish in the series. So it's kind of cool. And like I said, there's other things too that will, other storylines that are happening too that are actually pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited for it. If you haven't, if you're in a itch for see another anime and kind of want to do a watch it all at once kind of deal, give this one a shot. Like I said, I'll put the picture of what the show is called. My brain is just currently dead right now to just pronounce anything at this moment. So yeah, give that show a check out. I approve. It's great. It's awesome. So the next one we're going to talk about, which this one is a sequel to a movie that came out a very, very long time ago. And also, it's a very well beloved cult classic movie that they turned into a series, which still carried the same name. So we're going to talk about Willow, the TV series. Anyways, the Disney Plus series Willow. This fell into the same trappish of what happened to the Rings of Power, in which the difference between the Rings of Power and Willow is that the Rings of Power has a blueprint of all the lore, everything that you can make a TV series, a movie great. And all you have to do is follow that blueprint. And what the Rings of Power did is they just decided to trash that blueprint and do this. And what they did with Willow is Willow, to my knowledge, I could be 100% wrong, but to my knowledge, there's really no hard lore base of the universe that is Willow. So the producers, writers, showrunner, blah, blah, blah people were like, all right, well, we can basically make our own lore up and do as we go and stuff like that. And the thing about it is, like, once you have a loose base lore, a series or IP, it makes it very weird, and its example of it makes it weird and stuff. Like the way they did the trolls is like they speak very Englishly and act Englishly and stuff like that, which I get if that's like, something that's kind of funny and stuff like that. So you kind of want to make it jokey, but it's just, I don't know, it's very weird, especially since from like the movie where when you see the trolls in the castle and they're very animalistic, like they are like knowledgeable enough to like climb walls, fight and stuff like that, which kind of reminds me of like how the orcs or goblins should be, but let's just make them English and act like there's regiments we have to follow, there's rules we have to follow, you're gonna waste department management. And I'm like, so this is like fantasy CEO business or something like that. I don't know, to me it was off weird. I did not like it at first. Then I thought about it. I was like, it can get a little past because, again, there's no lore behind it and stuff like that. The good things about that series is the way they present the magic and how, in a sense, like, your feelings and emotions kind of make you as powerful as you need to be when you're using your magical spells, but also at the same time, it can, like, drain your life force and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. The one thing I think is definitely the weakest, which bothered me a lot throughout like the entire series, pretty much right after episode 2 or 3, is the post-production side of it. Like the editing, the flow of the story and stuff like that. Like you see certain characters that are in jail and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they're out of jail or they're just free about. Like it just, to me, it's just like I don't know if it's like, as Deadpool like say, lazy writing, or just them being like, well, this will work enough for it, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just that bothered me a lot. And the weird thing too that I find odd is like, so the a being known as the Worm, it's supposed to be, I guess, like this ultimate evil and stuff like that. And the weird thing and odd about it, in which this is a spoiler tale we're going to talk about, is like Willow has these dreams of seeing Alora, who's supposed to be the great savior of the world, uh, dead and dying in battle and stuff like that, which hinders Willow's, like, his will to find a way to stop that. It's just like he kind of know, like it's almost like Denethor seeing looking into the Seeing Stone and Sauron corrupting him in a way, which I see the Worm is kind of doing the same thing with Willow. And then later on in the show, where supposedly one of the party people gets killed, and we see him later on in the same dream sequence, but instead of Alora dying, you see Alora leading the Dark Army. So to me, like the Worm is kind of like Sauron in a sense, to where he's some either out of world deity or some magical, powerful creature or entity that can slowly, leak into the world and and try to corrupt or make people not do what they need to do and stuff like that. So I find that very odd. And also the way they did, I guess, like Mad Mortican's children was all right and stuff like that. I wish the main daughter chick, who was supposed to be like the main fighter, they could have done her story a bit better, but it was all right, stuff like that. I didn't mind the whole like love thing she had with another girl and stuff like that, but I think they could have done something different where, I don't know, it's weird. I may have to do an episode or something like that where it's just try to make a TV show, or at least do small changes where it can turn something better and stuff like that. So yeah, the Willow it was okay. It looks like, again, as I explained earlier, at the talking about like the end credit scene or the last scene and stuff like that, there could be definitely a season 2, but we will see. I don't know. It does have the potential still. I feel like, I think if they can learn from some of the mistakes they see from season 1 and just implement them to make it better in season 2, we will see. And also the writing too is kind of weird, kind of off at the same time too. Like I said, the last episode where the head emissary of the Worm, or whatever that witch is, I don't know what she truly was. I don't even know her character name, if there was one. Led him into a dream sequence. And in the beginning of the dream sequence, like Alora and Mad Mortican's daughter know that, hey, this is not real. This is a trap. And then all of a sudden they just forget. Except for Mad Mortican's daughter, because she hears her dad, Mad Mortican, telling her like, hey, you need to save Alora and stuff like that. But still, like, it's just weird. And also, Willow just appeared out of nowhere, even though he wasn't coming back. So I don't know. Like I said, just the editing, the writing, post-production stuff just made the series off for me. So I'm not saying it's not that bad. It's definitely, there is enjoyable parts here and there and some funny moments, but other than that, it's just, I don't know, it's just very weird. So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard or see anything if they're going to do season 2, but like I said, we'll see. And if there is, I like them to like look at season 1 and be like, all right, what can we make season 2 better? And what was our flaws and mistakes? And hopefully they can work with that. Alright, so the next one, which I did 2 TV series, because I felt like might as well just do 2 TV series before this. We're going to do a movie review. And this is a sequel that took literally 12 years in the making to do. And thank you, James Cameron, for doing this. But yeah, this is Avatar: Way of Water I'm going to do. And I did have some expectations, probably like medium high going in, because I have seen some things I'm like, okay, interesting, but also at the same time I'm like, well, this is a sequel that literally took you 12 or 14 years, whatever long. It took you a very long time to do, because you either were other projects maybe, or waiting for the right technology or stuff like that, or maybe you're just be like, well, I want to do like 4 or 5 movies, and I'm gonna write them and do them all at the same time. So I don't know. It's for him to wait this long and stuff, and also James Cameron's been acting very weird lately on stuff on like social media and his platforms. But anyways, I don't talk about that stuff because that's not part of why we are here. So yeah, so here's the review of Avatar: Way of Water. I like it as I thought it was good as the first one. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like re-seeing the first writing was okay slash good. There were definitely a lot of good scenes and stuff like that, and it's just I don't know. It went into it and be like, all right, I know it's gonna be a love movie. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a 3-hour movie, so definitely be prepared. Make sure you don't eat or drink anything beforehand or during hand, and you have to go to the bathroom, and you're gonna miss something, even though it's 3 hours long. In which, if there's any scene with them doing anything with the nature in Pandora, that's the time to go to the bathroom. Anyways, yeah, it's just I don't know. It was as good as the first one. I definitely think he could cut it down to 2.5, if not a 2.25 time frame of the movie, because I get it. You're trying to show off Pandora, the beauty. This time more water. I understand it, which is kind of cool. I don't mind it, but James Cameron, if I want to watch a nature documentary, I'll go on Discovery and watch a nature documentary, or one on Netflix, or Nat Geo, or something like that. Like, I want to know more of the story. I want to know what's going on. I don't need to spend an hour and a half of them swimming through water or connecting with a well, even though the well is a major key point. But still, it's just that's not what I want to see. I want to know what's going on with Jake Sully, his family, the tribe. I want to know what other parts are happening around Pandora, the humans who are coming back. So that's my only kind of gripe. But like I said, there was still a lot of good things. Like the action sequence were awesome. I thought the acting was definitely a bit better as the first one. And also, what I thought was kind of cool is they explained already that the evil bad colonel from the first one is now a Avatar naive. And I like how they just show it's like, oh, by the way, you get your memory taken in a chip or engram, which, cyberpunk, and stuff like that. So it's very interesting because in my head I was like, so they just did a Soul Reaper on him from Cyberpunk. But yeah, I like how they just explained that right away and stuff. And also, there's like a human kid that has grown up that has been living with the Navi and already found out, oh, by the way, which he did a cool transaction of who his father is, which we don't know who his mother is, too, which is interesting. But yeah, found out that's the evil colonel's son. So, and they did a pretty good job about like, their relationship and stuff like that. But there's some instances where I find it weird is like, yeah, you are, which the kid did get captured by the humans and kind of help his dad, and they kind of have like this like weird odd relation. I don't know, it's because like he's slowly learning to become a Nahiv or the people of Pandora, so maybe there is some sympathy that maybe he sees that even though the original colonel died in the first one, this one who's now reborn into this body could change. So maybe that could be the angle. I don't know, we'll find out in the third one, because we already know there's going to be a third one, and a fourth, and a fifth, maybe a sixth. Who knows, James Cameron? Make your mind up. Anyways, yeah, and also the Snowgroovy Weaver's character. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. We found out that she somehow has a daughter that was born from her dead Avatar body, which was very weird, but one of my coworkers at work gave me this good theory about this, in which the reason we don't know who the father is or whoever it is that the world of Pandora, which is like it's definitely a essential being. Like the planet is definitely sentient. It clearly does, in a sense, can communicate with you and do things. Like at the end of the first one, you literally had the planet told all the animals and the beasts of Pandora to help Jake Sully out to beat the humans. So it's definitely setting. So maybe in some way, like when her character died and at the end of the first one, she is not necessarily reborn, but in a sense, like her life force created this kid, and this kid, Awa is the planet name or the spirit of the planet, and this kid has a way to connect with the planet, like in a very spiritual ish way, which kind of reminds me she is Aang or Korra from the Airbender universe series. So apparently, interesting, James Cameron. Interesting. Two ideas that you took from two different IPs. Interesting, interesting. But no, yeah, I like to see like what's gonna happen with her and stuff like that. So I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen with that character, and as we see go on. I know James Cameron said that the third movie will have a fire theme. So the first one's like a jungle theme. This one's, as the way the title is, a water theme. So this one is supposed to be the next one's supposed to be a fire theme, which the next Nahi tribe is known as the Ash people. So I'm kind of interested to see what that's going to be like. Hopefully, no, hour and a half long of volcanoes, fire, them covered in ash or make themselves looking white, stuff like that. And they're supposed to be like more aggressive slash maybe like evil Nahiv. Who knows? Maybe. But yeah, so we'll definitely see that. And also, the Colonel does live because the sun saved him. So there's your spoiler right there. You're welcome. And I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there's some interesting things happening, and I'm kind of see where James Cameron's going to take this story. So I'll definitely see the third one when it comes out, and if I have the time. But yeah, guys, sorry if sounded not enthusiastic or anything. Like I said, I was tired. Just got off work not that long ago, so I'm trying to get this episode out for you. I am planning to do some more recordings. Probably by the time of this recording I'm gonna may do one or two more. Depends how I feel and I have the will of power or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. Like I said earlier before, give this a like, give this a subscribe, share it with your friends, your grandparents, your dog, your fish, your cat, your make believe friends, imaginary friends. Yeah, all of these people and stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, share, and that is the end. So I will see you guys next time around. And as always, my friends, stay geeky.